Hey, what's going on, people? This is your boy Mari G in the Mix, supporting to you live from In the Mix Studios. I don't have a name for this studio. One day I'll give y'all a studio tour. But yeah, Mari G in the Mix, man. We're back. Beats in Life. I've been missing MIA for a couple weeks. A couple people hit me up like, "Yo, where's the vlog?" So, vlog there. But I've been traveling a little bit for the last couple weeks, holidays and things. So I didn't have a chance. I didn't have it in the can. I didn't have like a video stashed up to just like post because we're just starting the vlog. I have songs, ready to go, which maybe I could have dropped a song in the meantime. But as I said, I've been on the road a lot, work wise, and then look a family vacation and things. So back, back in the mix. Yeah. A lot of things to talk about this week. I'm actually going to touch on a couple of topics that I've seen that's been floating around, give you my little 2 cents on it. As you can see, this is a little new setup, new microphone, which, I think I'm going to edit that part into the vlog. New microphone, I just opened it today, just got in the mail. So new microphone, we're trying to improve each week. That's the goal, is to actually improve and get better each and every week. Everybody that's here right now watching this beginning process, this is the beginning stages of the journey, and I'm working out the kinks as we go. So bear with me, stay with me, don't get discouraged. I'm trying to do this every week, but I said, I'm actually figuring things out as I go. So have some patience for me, all right, please. I'm gonna start off actually on this note this week. Rest in peace to Takeoff, man. Rest in peace to Takeoff, PNB Rock. A lot of artists passing away, and I keep hearing cries for, maybe not talking about gun violence in our songs or whatever the case is. But I don't know if that's the solution. But either way, I said Takeoff was actually my favorite Migo. Feel like he was one of the homies. He was mad cool. So rest in peace to him, to his family and all these things. Condolences. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always tragic here when these young brothers lose their lives, and nobody gets into rap and nobody becomes an artist. You just, as artists, you're just talking about your circumstances, your lifestyle. So if guns and violence and drugs is what you see, then that's what you're going to talk about. I don't see those things, so I don't talk about those things. But if that's what you're seeing in your environment, then that's what you're going to talk about. And I think I saw 21 Savage touch on that in his academics interview. Rappers are like poets, man. They're just street reporters, just reporting on what they see in the streets, whether they're doing it or somebody they're doing it. That's the lifestyle that might exist in that neighborhood. And I said, I don't think, censoring artists is the fix, because got violent video games, man, violent movies that make you want to do different things, that I don't hear them trying to cancel those forms of media. But, a black dominated industry right now there. I just don't agree. I don't think it's the music. You can always make something else popular. If you don't want to hear the trap songs or the gun songs about violence, then you could choose to listen to something else. And the more you choose to listen to something else, those things become popular. I do think, though, that the music is in a dark place right now. I will say that. And that's not even just with hip-hop. Dancehall is like a lot of dark music coming out of Jamaica. And it's, kind of the same thing. And the environment itself is dark, so the music is dark. And I kind of miss the days of Diddy bopping on stage and on camera, man. I miss those days when things was fun. I miss Busta Bus, if you really want. I miss those days of like fun music. The early 2000s vibe was amazing. So I think there is room for that. Again, I think people need that. And I think that's what Drake saw with when he did the Honest and Nevermind album. Because people need like some light and some fun and something different. And then this Her Loss project, it's more back to I don't think this is his norm. but back to like the more serious and darker themes. But I think perfectly executed, in my opinion. I said that's the other thing. Let's talk about her loss. So Drake dropped two projects this year, bro. I don't know what kind of bag you got into, where you're just pumping out joints like this, but keep it going. Me personally, I love it. The more music I could get from my favorites, the better. Cole, what's up? We need another album. But yeah, the more music I get from my favorites, personally, that's perfect for me. So I love it. I personally think this is a great album. I don't know about y'all, what y'all think, but I like the album. I think Drake and 21 have this like insane chemistry. I don't know where that came from, but they have this insane chemistry, and they work well together. Their voices, their tones are completely different. I think that's like perfect blend. So this to me has been a pleasant surprise as far as the albums go. So if you haven't listened to it, check it out. Let me know what y'all think. Yeah. Yo, this Drake's funny, man. I ain't gonna lie. Drake got to be one of the pettiest dudes, because the topics, some of the things that he touched on and mentioned and brought up, there's got to be like something going on, and that we don't know about. But bro, what did Alexis do to you, man? Yo, why did Serena's husband just catch a stray like that? That's not even a stray. That was a direct shot. I don't know why. I really would love to hear that story. But either way, the thing I take from this album, which is why I appreciate it, is Drake seems to be having fun again. This is the most visually we've gotten from Drake. Even though all that promo was fake, this is the most we've seen like on camera time from the biggest artist in hip hop. One of the biggest, I think the biggest artist in the world personally. But it's like from the biggest artist in the world who hasn't done any interviews in years, hasn't he's put out videos here and there, but for him to actually like be engaging with people, and he's on serious, doing interviews. He did a Howard Stern like fake promo, the fake Vogue cover, the fake SNL, the fake Tiny Desk promo. All that shit personally was like genius. Vogue, I don't know why you're trying to sue somebody for that, but I gotta fix that. I think Drake might have snubbed them or something. These are not my opinions. I heard somebody else say that. I don't remember who. But yeah, all that stuff personally is genius to me, and I think this is why I enjoyed this album, because you could tell he's having fun again. And I can't speak for another man, but I don't know if he was having fun prior to like the Honest Nevermind, where he got the chance to like just switch it and do what he wanted to do. Even when you could tell somebody the joy might have been missing a little bit. If I'm right, just give me a thumbs up. But and I've enjoyed these albums, even knowing that something never seemed right. I've actually enjoyed the music that's come out of those albums. But this, you could tell he has that fresh energy again. So this is refreshing to see. Clear the palate a little bit. Let's see what happens. Where this goes next. And this takes me to my next thing, yo. And talking about the darkness in music, dancehall. So I've been to a few events outside of like my culture, dancehall and hip hop, right? And I hear a lot of reggaeton songs that are literally copying like dancehall music, right? Not even just like taking sounds from it, but like literally copying dancehall music and taking the melodies and the flow, and they're running with it and doing amazing things. And sometimes when people in and around the dancehall community make comments about dancehall and the state of it, and where we think it could grow to, and where we think there are holes, right? There's room for improvement still. I love dancehall music, man. Dancehall music, soca music, music from the Caribbean and the diaspora is that's my go-to, right? But yeah, like when I'm hearing a lot of Jamaican influence in Afrobeats and reggaeton, and the thing I want the dancehall artists to take from this is our music is still reaching the masses. So even though there aren't many dancehall artists currently that are like breaking out and making it mainstream, I don't know if that's a goal anymore, but let's say that was a goal, right? And you wanna last under your belt as a Jamaican artist, which I think is still possible. And I don't know if we realize that it still is, because the themes that you're getting from the reggaeton and the Afrobeats right now are more like positive and fun, right? They're having fun, or they're talking about love and breakup. You don't hear these artists talking about the bad mind and bad man thing too much. That's not an identity. Personally, I think to like aspire to, if that's who you are, great. But if you want to be successful on like a mainstream level, or not even just mainstream, just like on an international level, I think the themes sometimes are so dark that you're only gonna reach the people that really relate to it or want to relate to it. But when you change the themes around and start talking about just things that are universal, man. Sean Paul didn't didn't become mainstream because he was talking about gun thing or bad man thing. He did because he's talking about like girls and weed and fun, and just money and girls and fun. That's not Sean Paul, that's Conscience, I think. Well, yeah, that's Conscience, but yeah, like even Conscience. That's why Conscience like broke off your back was such a hit, because you know girls dancing, girls whining, broken off them back and broken off. You know the real version, but let's say the broke off the back thing. But you know that's something that we can relate to. Charlie Black is another example. Is something that you can relate to. And the girl wind up on your body, you know what I mean? But I think yeah, that I think is missing in dancehall right now. It's missing from a lot of music in general, but I think from dancehall specifically, I'm speaking on dancehall because that's what I know and that's what I love. So yeah, I would love to see us get back to that. And if y'all want to take this as hate, maybe so, but I personally think it's constructive criticism. And I've been a DJ, DJing mostly dancehall events and dancehall parties for years. So I think I'm qualified to talk on it because I play the music, I see the response, and even though I haven't been out DJing as much lately because I'm in the studio, I see the difference when I go to some different events and I expand my expand my territory. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, this is crazy. Yo, Bad Bunny, whatever, brother. This brother up on another level right now. I mean, let me say this one thing. I'm not comparing dancehall to Afrobeats and reggaeton at all. In reality, there are a lot more Africans and there are a lot more Latino people in America. And I think that's another thing. Like, let me get back to this point. In Jamaica right now, I think the artists are making music for just Jamaica. And Jamaica itself is a small island, and the people that we've exported, like myself who live in the States, and it's only a few million of us. Nigeria itself, bro, look up the population in Nigeria. So Afrobeats has a huge audience. Look up the population of places like Colombia. Puerto Rico is actually a smaller country, but like look at the population of like Colombia and some of these other countries, and then multiply that with all the other Hispanic countries, and that's why their music actually has such a wide reach. You'll see artists on in the reggaeton space that we don't know about that have views on views on views, like views from the 6 to the 876 to what's the Colombian code 5. I don't know anything about Colombia, but yeah, there's a lot of huge audience for that. So I'm not comparing, and I don't expect the same results, but I do believe that some of the themes that we talk about sometimes can be a little different. So let's let's look into that. Let's see what we can accomplish there as a culture, as a group of people. Yeah. What else? What else are we talking about this week? Done talk about Drake, Take Off, rest in peace. Talks about the music, the culture, reggaeton, and all these things. And yeah, I think what I've been trying to get to with this channel and like these videos is providing some kind of value. The first few videos, obviously, because I haven't done this long form content ever, were like an introduction. So I talked about myself a lot. I don't intend to talk about just myself and my experiences on this channel because I actually want to do provide some kind of value. That's why it's called Beats and Life. You know, I don't know. I don't only want to talk about music stuff because I pay attention to a lot of different things that are taking place in and around my immediate surroundings, my immediate world, and in the greater world. So I'm gonna talk about some of that stuff too, and how they, me personally, how they intertwine. Because I think sometimes people look at creatives as like being completely different from people that are in business, but you need creativity to actually success in business. So artists and creatives naturally actually should be good entrepreneurs. So if you're an artist, independent artist, anything creative, you can use a lot of the things that you know and have learned as an artist to make what you do artistically into a business, and maybe bring some fresh ideas to how things should be done for you. And then, maybe you'll find others that do things the same way and collaborate and all these things. Yeah. But the whole starving artist thing, dead that year. It's hustle. If you're an artist, any kind of form, and you want to make a living from your art, I think the old advice used to be, yeah, just go all out for your art, whatever the case is. But you don't have to do it that way. Get a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be an artist and you want to support your career, get a job, start a business, do something to make and generate income, so you can actually have money to fund your career. That I personally think is a great way to grow as an artist and to start your career, is actually have money coming in. If you haven't heard of this brother La Russell, young brother out of California, out of Vallejo. I ain't been to Vallejo, I ain't been to the Bay, but young brother out of Vallejo, who is buzzing, blowing up in as an indie artist right now, getting a lot of calls from major labels and all these things. And he talks about it. He started funding his career from like his 401k or something like that from his job, because he had a real regular job that he was holding down while he started developing his craft. So don't sleep on having a job while you're working on your passion. Please don't sleep on that, because you need money to fund your passion. Trust me. I tried. I did the starving artist thing for some years. That's why I moved to New York. And when I tell you I was starving, I was starving. For real, for real. And I realized, all right, I can't sustain myself like that. Everybody's journey is different. So especially at the time, I was looking around me, and there are people who were doing music full time. I was like, damn, I want to do that. But I realized that, one, I don't like being broke. So I'm going to find a way to make some money. I'm a hustler. So I found I have an insurance background, so I find a way to make some money selling insurance again, and I could pay for equipment. And again, that's the same thing I'm doing now. I have a company. I make money doing what I do, working for myself, so I can actually afford equipment and afford things and work to and I can invest in myself basically. So invest in yourself any way you can. Yeah, this is like the Nipsey model. Nipsey was independent, but Nipsey also came in with bread. Now, the way he got his money, I don't know. I'm not saying go follow that, but think about someone like Jay-Z. When Jay-Z couldn't make it, or wasn't hot, no label wanted to sign him. Him and Dame Dash had their money from whatever activities they were doing back then, but they had their own bread to actually fund his career. Don't sleep on that. That's actually the thing that every artist needs, whether you're getting it from a label. That's why artists go take major label deals. If you didn't know, a major label basically is like a bank. They're giving you a loan or an advance on what they think your potential is. So when you hear people say, oh, they get this $1 million deals, one, they're not seeing $1 million, but really what it is, the label's coming to somebody who like, all right, I think you can generate tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars for us as an artist, right? Because we hear that you have a song, or we hear that you have a following, whatever the case is. They invest, they'll invest money into this artist in the hopes that one, they're gonna recover from their investment, so they're gonna have some kind of ROI, return on their investment, and that this artist does grow and develop into something that will generate hundreds of millions of dollars. Because people may not realize the biggest artists are generating tens, hundreds of millions of dollars for the labels. They're generating a lot of money. Drake is generating billions of dollars in revenue for that label. That's why they're not letting him go. He don't need to go nowhere, because as long as he keeps doing what he does, the label's gonna keep pumping money into him so he can do whatever he wants. It's like LeBron James getting a big contract with the Lakers to try to bring them back to a championship. Now that might not work out this year or next year, because whatever Rob Pelinka is doing to put a team around LeBron, I don't know, bro. This is not criticism. I'm just saying, as a Miami Heat fan, and I seen him win some championships here. And the teams that he had in Miami and Cleveland were very different from what you're putting around him now. I'm just saying. Either way, let's go back to the artist topic. So yeah, artists they basically go to labels. If you're an indie artist, you're trying to grow, you're trying to build your brand, but you don't got the money, you might go take a deal from somebody because you need capital to. Your music videos cost money, studio equipment costs money, studio time costs money, jewelry, clothes, all those things cost money. Your house, your apartment, all those things cost money. And if you want to focus on making music full time, then that's the way to do it. So that's why artists still take deals. Me personally, I'm not for or against them, so I don't have anything negative to say about it. But that's just a quick breakdown on why. Because Skilly Bang, I heard, got big bag from Epic. I think Epic is part of Universal, but yeah, got a decent sized bag, which I don't know if I don't want to say anything bad about it, because it could work out great for him. But if you're an artist and you're already generating revenue, income from your music, from your streams, from your shows, a label deal might not be the best thing for you, because especially somebody who's generating, let's say, six figures or a year, right? A label giving you $1 million one time. If you're generating over $500,000 as an artist, or even over $100,000 a month right now as an artist, or $100,000 a year, shit. Because there's some artists who are doing like big numbers, but let's say you're generating some six figures a year, right? If you just be patient and reinvest the money into yourself, within 1 to 2 years, you can make that money back yourself. You can make $1 million in a year as an artist. That's $80-something thousand a month, 83,000 and change a month. All right. If you're already generating income from your money, just find a way to generate more income, so you don't have to take a payout from a label where you make $100,000 or you get $100,000 check from a label. You're seeing half of that, right? 500 grand. 10% after that going to the manager. 10% going to lawyers. So let's say 20 to 30% go to lawyers and managers off your $500,000. And after taxes, that's a couple $100K, yo. That's it. You gonna make that by yourself without all these people within a few years. So sometimes artists, I think, need to be patient and wait. But anyways, not to be preachy, I don't know anybody's business, and who's to say? I don't know where I don't know where this thing is going musically yet, but we'll see. I'm I know what I'm aiming for, and we'll see where we get from there. But we're at the point where if you like this video, like this kind of content, this new form content that I'm exploring, I'm trying out, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube. I'm getting good at that. Yo, my tag is going to be lit. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube, all right? And until next time, I still know when I still know. I still know next week here. All right, peace. Mari G in the mix. Signing out. Yeah.